AB InBev, the iconic company behind the beer brand Budweiser, has come up with its announcement of partnership with the ICC. Now, what is all this collaboration about and the company's future plans? Joining me to talk about this is Kartikeya Sharma, who's the India president at AB InBev. Thank you for joining us on NDTV Profit. Kartikeya, I want to start by asking you that, your marketing campaigns have been going from simple sponsorships to now music festivals and now cricket. Could you talk about your recent collaboration and what sort of broader strategy do you have in mind with all this?
So Budweiser would be entering its 20th year in India next year, and over the course of these 2 decades, we take a lot of pride in what our contribution to music, sports, and youth culture in general has been. We started with a very big thrust on bringing the latest and greatest from the world of music to India. This did indeed start with sponsorships, iconic trademarks like Sensation, iconic trademarks that involved the Electric Daisy Carnival, various other very large global platforms that we partnered with. But it also segued into launching our own trademark, which is BudX. This saw itself manifest into a partnership with Boiler Room, with Mixmag, and we've been doing music as a consequence in a very meaningful way in India. We always had the benefit of our global FIFA World Cup sponsorship, which was complementing what we were doing in music. But as we come to the 20th year in India, we were also looking for more deeper connections with Indian consumers, and nothing epitomizes that more than cricket. We also believe we are at that size and scale that can actually add value to the sport of cricket as much as it's about taking value from the sport of cricket, and that's why we felt this was the right time to collaborate with the International Cricket Council. And today is a special day because 20 years into the country, we're announcing our first ever collaboration with the ICC, and we're excited about where this is going to go.
It's a 2-year partnership, is it? Or
the current scope looks at 26 and 27 and all the various marquee properties that the ICC has, starting with the 2020 World Cup here in India, with the 50 World Cup next year in South Africa, and everything in between, including something we're quite excited about, which is the first ever women's Champions Trophy. And all of this is what we're beginning with, and I'm pretty sure, depending on how we see the sport, we'll continue to look at avenues to expand our engagement with this sport.
So concert economy is picking up big time in India. So do you see yourselves, sponsoring any big music festival or any, experiential events in India?
Well, we feel very happy that we've been there well before the concert economy picked up. And now that it has picked up, and I'm sure by that you mean the scale at which we are seeing participation come through. If anything, it's just a reinforcement that, we made the right bets at the right time. Consumers look at brands either as inauthentic or authentic, depending on how tactically they engage with, passion points like music or sports. And the thing about Budweiser's association with music is that it's terribly authentic because of how deeply and how consistently we've been engaged. So we're not coming in because it's convenient at this point with the scale. We've been here all along, and we're very happy that it has now achieved the breadth and depth that it has. So we'll be here at this point, we've been coming into it, and we'll be here long after it, hoping that we can continue to lift the experience economy, because we're very excited about what that does for the brand.
Any plans which we can expect in terms of musical events? Well,
at this point, just about every major and iconic music festival that takes place in India, Budweiser is a partner to it. We've been engaging with Lollapalooza for as long as I remember Lollapalooza being in India. Recently, Rolling Loud, which is one of the world's biggest hip-hop festivals, debuted its first year in India, and we were right there making sure that we're in the hands of fans and ensuring that our consistent storytelling on music carries on. And every time there's another opportunity, we'll certainly be standing there to engage with it and lift it in a manner we think Budweiser can.
So your company is coming up with a plant in Uttar Pradesh. Now, what are your investment plans going forward in the new year? In the next year, what can we expect in that space?
We're still in the exploration phase, and certainly the state of UP is a very exciting beer market. We haven't firmed up anything at this point, but we certainly continue to engage with the government to look at the right opportunities. Our supply footprint is evaluated periodically, as and when we do feel that there is an opportunity to scale our manufacturing facility. Those plans always are green lit. We've never been capacity deficient in India. And this despite the brand growing double digits now for almost the last 6 to 7 years. Particularly after COVID, we've seen a very good comeback for the business. And we continue to evaluate as and when we feel that a certain state or a certain region would benefit with higher capacity augmentation.
The company has globally acquired certain brands in the non-alcoholic beverage space. Any plans for that in India? And also, if you could tell us that, will this category pick up in India in a meaningful way, or it will still be a niche category?
Well, non-alcoholic is just an extremely large space. What you may be referring to is the more recent Beatbox acquisition. That's in a sub-segment, both alcoholic and non-alcoholic. We're very focused on non-alcoholic beer. We're extremely focused on beer as a category, and within that, we feel there's a very large opportunity with what we call 0.0 beer. Both with beer drinkers looking for non-alcoholic beers in occasions in which they can't drink beer, as well as consumers who don't drink beer at all, but would like to have an adult beverage, which is where Budweiser 0.0 has been so tremendously successful. That's why this partnership with the ICC as well, it will help us expand the 0.0 category. In India, we've been quite excited with what we've seen happen with Bud 0.0, so much so that we launched flavors with Budweiser 0.0, green apple and more recently peach. We just can't make enough of it. So at some point or another, we'll explore working with the regulators to see if we can actually have non-alcoholic beer brewed here in India, which at this point the legislation needs to be evaluated and seen where we could go with that. But we're very excited with where 0.0 beer could go.
Lastly, the regulation in the alcobev industry varies across the states. Do you see any limitations in terms of distribution and efficiency which you could want to work on?
Well, certainly. I mean, we're a nation where non-carbonated beverages or household consumables, roughly between organized and unorganized retail, would give or take be about 8 to 10 million points of sale. For a population as large as India, that seems just about the right density. You could argue it could be even bigger in times to come, particularly when affluence really travels across the length and breadth of our consuming class. But if I now put into perspective the accessibility to moderate beverages like beer, it's only 100,000. 100,000 points of sale for a country as large geographically and the population size now the largest on the planet, bigger than China, is a travesty. Why? Because it forces consumers to at times make the wrong choices, because you can't travel such great distances to find your favorite product. So you make compromised choices. And ever so often we find states who actually recognize that. So the state of UP or Uttar Pradesh, for example, they actually double the points of sale in which beer can be found. Still not a very large number, but they effectively went from 5,000 to 10,000 points of sale. We see the same with West Bengal. We see the same with Karnataka and some of the other states like Maharashtra. But in many other states, there is this excessive regulation over the number of points of sales that can come in. We continue to advocate with governments also for home delivery. If I can get a loaf of bread in my home, it would make as much logical sense to get a case of beer in my home. Because oftentimes when people are having a house party or they want to have a beer run, we are almost creating circumstances where people will drink and drive because they run out of beer in their fridge during a house party or watching a game, and now somebody decides to get onto a bike or a car, but this person has already had a few beers, and then we get very nervous because we really care about the responsible consumption of this category. So we have now a state like West Bengal where Swiggy can actually home deliver beer. And now this particular mode of home delivery in many cities in West Bengal contributes almost 20 to 25% of retail sales, which is a Swiggy representative will come over to the retail and literally bring beer to your and my home. So we take such cases of more progressive policy, and we're a very persistent group, so we won't give up, and we continue to advocate with regulators to see better logic on how we can get Indians to drink more moderately and make more better choices with their alcohol consumption.